between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action with Howell. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 32 that time.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now trying to pick it up on 3rd. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. 14 yards that time for number 14. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Howell from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Racey McMath, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First down, Winston. Open man is Atwell, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Jameis to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call him?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. The Vikings send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's caught by McMath. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 60. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On play action, Winston. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Josh Jones in on the stop. The Vikings at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll try to throw now. Winston being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Winston is complete to Lockett. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Winston. Returning right back to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. 27-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Jameis again. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Now Winston. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Here's Winston. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Atwell. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Open man is McMath. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. They'll go play action. Howell. He's going to take another shot here. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Racey McMath as the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Vikings 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Winston. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as it went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Howell completing the quick throw out wide. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd and a yard. Howell firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Howell's throw brought in by Watson.
Complete to Christian Watson. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Howell. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now Chubb running right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Chubb again. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They get this out left. Touchdown! Christian Watson from 3 yards out. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McCann for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Lions 28, Vikings 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Winston now. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Winston. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Second down, Howell now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll run with Chubb, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down and goal. Howell looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Howell, 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
McCann's kick up and good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jameis to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Winston. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown, Vikings. David Njoku, 27 yards. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, it was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, Winston. Forced out to his left. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is